So Carrie's money. No, he's trying to get like a whole bunch of like different younger artists together because he wants to be.
So he's got his own label. Right?
He got Convict Music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I met him in Italy.
Yeah, we're going to some things for him in May, so he's gonna do an interview then. Boom time. So we've got a whole bunch of in Atlanta. We'll get a whole bunch of interviews. I don't know if we'll get booked. He's got a book. He's Kanye's, and then he has a new artist called is it Reek and the Menace?
Yeah, Reek and the Menace. Yeah, the new breed. It's a part of him.
Yeah, Reek and the Menace.
Making planes.
I was laughing when Todd was saying like in the interview. Did you know the interview with Blueface and he was saying one-word answers? It was so sick. He was like so good. And then they were like dragging it out. It was so crazy that interview with Blueface.
There was one that I seen recently on the red carpet. And who was doing the interviewing? That Ashley Graham?
Yeah.
That was, and I think it might have been Pierce Brosnan.
That's so terrible when they.
It was the worst red carpet interview, but it was so funny that like you just couldn't, you were like.
That's tough to watch.
You were, that was awesome to watch. Are you kidding me? I was like.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you. I'll give you the point.
Hold on. Let me call Amanda one more time.
Get on. All right.
You. I wanted Amanda to get some talk time. Do you have any other questions?
She said she can't hear shit.
Now.
That was crazy too. She goes, "You got any questions for Todd?" She's like, "No, I'm good."
No, she said not for him.
Oh, she said not for him.
Not for him. I got questions, but not for him.
She goes, "Not for him."
Not for Todd?
No. That's what she said. Not for him. And then Todd, we were like, "Okay."
Oh, you there?
Yeah.
I'm about to set it off again with the next guest.
Oh, we got Sony now. Amanda, do you remember Sony now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You gotta be a little nicer because you told Todd. You got any questions? Not for him.
Wait, I'm trying to click on you guys. The live feed is not coming up. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it a different way.
And don't forget to record.
Yo, there's gonna be a delay.
No, I still have a
There's gonna be a
lot.
delay when she's looking at us and this is happening.
When who's looking at what?
When Amanda's here, there's gonna be a delay.
There's gonna be a delay.
Yeah, the latency. You know, the streaming is like it's probably 3 to 5, 8-second delay, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shift it later. It's all good.
He's gonna have to edit. So. All right, let's go because we got all the other people waiting.
All right, ready? Welcome to the Tea Service Show. Today we have a very special guest, personal friend of mine, personal friend of the room. Look at my intro, man.
Hold on, we're fighting now.
Personal friend of the room.
That's it.
Room.
Everyone loves Sony.
Do you know what time it is, Sony?
What time is it?
Can't
Tea
answer.
time.
We got it! You answer the question with a question. Okay, so guys, this is date flavored honey ginger tea.
Okay.
And it's not a tea, it's not made with a tea bag. It's not made with like the tea leaves. It's made with tea crystals.
What's the difference between the crystals and the tea leaves?
The tea leaves are obviously, you've seen them before, you know how they look. The crystals are like crystallized, condensed version of the tea leaves.
Does it make it healthier or?
No, it doesn't necessarily. This tea actually was very effective during COVID. It's a very strong tea.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys want to put a lump or two of sugar of sugar in it. You know what I'm saying? But
I can smell it. It smells super strong from over here.
For the record,
thank you, Iman.
Thank you, Iman.
Yes. thank you, and I want y'all to know out there, I don't use tea bags. I use crystals.
He said not tea bags.
I mean, you know what? I don't drink tea with the tea bags either because they're bad for you. The actual bag itself
Oh no.
is.
Oh my
yes.
God, really?
Yeah.
And I'm British. I
So
feel like I should do
you went
that.
up on the crystals.
And
already.
not the crystals. I still use like the leaves.
Free leaves,
You
yeah.
get it. You put it in a.
Oh, the strainer thing.
yeah,
but
the strainers, the
I
stainless
just
steel,
Melissa has
I
a
think
strainer on the
the
side.
bags are bad.
the stainless steel. Yeah.
Why are the bags bad?
Well, the reason why I found out is personally is because it actually feeds estrogen. It has these chemicals in it that feed estrogen.
But you have the organic bags. Yeah, like
No, even it's just not good. Like the paper in general. is
ultimately the tea leaves are the best.
Well,
We all learned
let me
something.
go throw my bags in the trash.
The tea bags,
and it actually changes the taste, believe it or not.
but it releases estrogen.
There's a chemical that feeds, so it's toxic.
So for guys,
So it feeds estrogen. In other words, it creates cysts, fibroids.
Whoa, this just took a left turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Tea service.
She's educating us. Now she's
Okay.
educating us.
Yes.
And women, we actually suffer a lot from cysts.
And fibroids.
Yeah.
And lymph nodes, like all of that.
Yep. I am definitely.
Well, this tea is tea bag free. So
Okay.
Good to know. I still would have drank it anyway.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
So yeah, we are about to begin.
All right. So, are we ready?
Yes, but you know,
they're ready.
we have to.
Wait, how do y'all like the tea though?
I like it.
I
All
don't
right.
see that mine has to warm
I
up
like
a
it.
little bit.
All right. So,
How you
as
feel
we were
about it,
saying, let's see. Yeah, I like it. It smells strong.
Okay.
I like it better than just regular ginger tea.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, so Sonia, as we were saying, that we were fighting over you. Me and Aldi have a 20-year history with you. So much love.
That's
So,
right. I know you guys probably.
yeah.
I know you longer than 20 years.
Also, you know, all right, whatever.
Just saying.
Well, okay, so how did we meet? We met. We met.
Whoa, simultaneous.
Okay, wasn't that crazy? No,
Devious laugh.
no.
I mean,
We met on the video shoot.
no,
We met no.
I met the blonde chick you were hanging out with on the video shoot that day.
So we met before that.
Wait. Who was the blonde chick?
Jennifer.
Hennessy.
Hennessy. Yes.
Hennessy.
Oh Lord.
That was her name.
Yes.
I just called it Jennifer.
I forgot you do her too. Well, yeah. Well, anyway, we have a great, and we've had some amazing, fun times, but we can't talk about everything right now live. But we had great memories and a lot. So, Mazi, how did you meet Tony?
On the dance floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Sony was throwing a party. I think we were part of a few promoters that were throwing a party. And I was just dancing with a few of my people. And we just vibed. We say, yo, what's up? What you
Sounds about
all three of us was
right.
after that.
Sounds like my life.
This was, I want to say, somewhere, there was a downtown club, like Lower East Side type spot.
Do you remember that?
I mean, I've promoted so many.
Yeah, this was like
So many
circa probably 2000. Maybe 2000. It was definitely before 2003. Between 2000
Oh,
and
wait.
2003.
Bowery Electric.
Yes, Bowery.
Before it was Bowery Electric, it was it was Remote Lounge.
Yes, remote lounge, bottom floor.
Yeah,
Yes, we narrowed it down.
yeah.
That's good memory.
That was like what, 2002, 1, something like that. Yeah, it was
believe
one
so,
or
yeah.
2001 or 2002. We're showing our age. It
I
doesn't
think
matter.
so.
Fuck y'all.
It might have been too.
Okay, y'all got the deep. I met you today. And it's all good for like a half hour.
You were today years old when you met.
Yeah.
Today,
So yeah, my story's a little lame, but all good.
Okay, so we want to know about you. Everything that's going on. Tell us about something with DI.
What's going on? The DJing,
Everything. DJing.
producing. I'm working on another album. So this will be the second album. This one's gonna be house. The last one is open format. It's gonna be coming out on Jelly Bean's label. He's launching his label. And so, but things come full circle because I used to work with him in the 90s. I at that label, at that same label in the 90s.
So when
you say, you see, we gotta be specific because she's a jack of many trades.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so,
yes.
Game.
And that would be
She is.
gender correct. So, so you said DJing, but the albums that are coming out, are you on the vocals, correct?
Yes, I'm singing, I'm songwriting. It's not done yet. Depending on the cut, I may have some production credit on it.
Fine.
Yeah.
So it's accolade wise, it's safe to say producer, DJ, vocalist, singer, and I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more.
I've been a road manager to other artists.
Right. Now I want to dive more into singing since I started this convo. Your last project, it was a few years ago. Not how many years ago it was, but you had collaborations came about.
Relationships, friendships. So a lot of how I work best is with people that I know. You feel comfortable, I feel comfortable creatively. And I feel like if I'm working with someone, no, they get me, they get my personality. And
Who was some of the
but the record was Static Select. So he did the production, and Queens. So it was one of those Queens represent records. And at first, I originally reached out to the Beat Nut because I've known them since I've known them since I was a kid. I've known them since the 90s. It was hard to get them on the same page because one was doing this, one was doing that thing. And then the executive producer of the album was out to Prodigy, and I bumped it. I seen Prodigy out and about, and and then they're like, sure, we'll get on it. Just send us what it is, and we'll jump on it. Do whatever you want to do on it. So that's how that happened. So we weren't physically in the studio at the same time.
right? Yeah, a lot of times it's this, but you guys had a lot already.
Yeah.
Translate.
Out hanging out all the time.
Translate. Notable or collabs on that project that you really like.
Raekwon,
Uh,
which we shot a video for. That record is called Get It Together. So you can see my video on Vivo and
Yes, I love that. It's one of my favorites.
and what was the name of that this project that all this was on?
Rebel. That was the title of the album.
Okay, got it. And now,
I mean, if there's another DJs instead of being vocalists, so I'm probably gonna hear 99.9% me
fine, that's fine.
on the album.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Good. You know, I wanna-
No. Where can people what platform can people find this new album?
I mean, right now we're probably on all platforms. I'm sure all platforms. And you could find the album previously as well, the Rebel album.
Yes. What's one of your favorite songs you think?
There was a lot of. It was a time in my life when I wrote it, and it was a good time. So.
And you have a lot of input, you said, on the production side this time around, right?
Yeah. I mean, I typically always did because the Rebel album originally when we put it out was independent. So when it's independent, that's why it's so eclectic.
No, I mean production as producing
Oh,
beats?
producer, yeah.
Dope,
yeah.
dope. And you always write your own shit.
Yeah, I might collaborate with other writers. Like I've done so in the past, but the majority of my work is written by me.
Okay.
But I have collaborated with songwriters.
Go with her shit.
Yes,
In
get
other
it, get
words.
it. Yes.
Okay, so now one thing that people could always find you doing in the city is DJing, and you throw, I don't want to say thematic parties, but parties that have a little chic yet street vibe to them. Just enjoy going. You know what I'm saying? So tell us, is that a conscious effort, or you just call your friends like, we do a party, motherfuckers come through. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it. So that it's done effortlessly.
I mean, yeah. When it comes to that, yeah, and when it comes to the branding of the party, I mean, I play everything.
Because it is branded, whether you know it or not.
Yeah. The more organic, and genuine, and people see that, and it attracts people when it is organic.
And you DJ out like at other people's things, but what's the name of the one that?
Okay, so one of the parties that I do is called Love Break. I started with a female DJ that's a staple in New York. And she's got a lot of history. Her dad is old school, famous musician. She's been in the scene for years, and
Is her name a secret?
her name is Kamala.
We're like at the edge
Her name is Kamala.
Shout out to Kamala. Yeah, she's cool.
And we were like, yo, we should just throw a party. Let's throw a party. We're hanging out anyway. Let's just.
I never seen Kamala not smiling.
She's always happy.
Always like we need to take a page out of her book. She's always happy.
No, she's
I love it.
always very happy. That energy it is beautiful. It's very rare. You don't really meet too many people that have that. It's almost like there's no off switch. Like, I could never even imagine her being mad, and I would never want to.
Right.
Could you imagine somebody that's always happy all the time, all of a sudden get mad?
Absolutely.
I would not want to be mad.
Wait, what happened?
And she's Puerto Rican, so you don't want to make us mad.
And you're doing something on live too, right? On Instagram? Watch you live?
Well, we used to. During the pandemic, it was a lot of. Another thing was it was more of like since they shut down, it was more of like a therapy session for me. I'm sure it felt like that for the viewers. I find
I was being there. It felt like you see some of that. That was exciting. You know, we're all in our houses.
Yeah.
It
was way more intimate, for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's no rules. You're in your house.
Yeah.
So you can talk your shit. You can
listen. Yeah.
You know, there was absolutely no rules. You can stop. You can play whatever you wanted. Because it's not like you had a room to cater to. Everybody was coming to your room.
Yeah.
So it was more of like, well, whatever you're doing, if they're staying in the room, if not, they're leaving. Whereas when you're a hired gun, you need to walk into the room and read the crowd as a DJ and be able to.
I never thought of it that way. That's the way to look at it. Do you also have? I'm not sure if you want to talk about it, but you have also a podcast of your own that you're doing.
Yeah. We haven't launched yet. We're going to launch in a few weeks. It's called Engaged Never Married.
Please explain.
What inspired this?
Okay.
My co-host is another female DJ, C. Devone. Do you know C. Devone?
Maybe my face.
I think you do. I think you know her. Yeah. And during the pandemic, we realized, during the pandemic, we realized that she had moved. She was living in Brooklyn at the time, and at her dinner, at her going away dinner, like, oh, she's leaving, have all her friends there. We're sitting at the table.
Wait, she was leaving Brooklyn.
She was leaving Brooklyn to move to Atlanta. So right now she lives in Atlanta. So we're at the table, we're talking, and then we figure out we all, in that corner of the table, we all have the same thing in common. We've all been proposed to, but none of us have been married. So, you know, that's where that came from. We're like, oh, that sounds cool. That sounds like a podcast. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then it was like, but you're moving. And I was like, and I don't like talking. I'm a very, very private person. So, you know.
So is the podcast gonna be covering relationship topics, things that's safe to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, you know, you guys are here too, you can ask questions.
So we would like to, but you're just yapping around.
I mean, you know, I gotta fill up dead air, you know what I'm saying?
Could we just start speaking over you? Be rude. All right, Eric, we'll let you talk.
Oh no, you know what? Put the boxing gloves.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. You know.
It's all right, man. We got a lot of history there.
Yeah, I like to know, nitty-gritty. I just want to know about being a female DJ, breaking in as a female DJ, like what that was like. Or was it nothing for you? Listen, I know a lot of DJs, very rare. I mean, there are female DJs, but you know, it's dominated by men. So
Oh, absolutely. If that's the question you're asking, how is it from a female's perspective?
Yeah,
Because it's so male dominated, you have more to prove. And then there's a lot of you don't want to be hired because you're a female. You want to be hired because of your skill. And there's times where you get hired because you're, according to who I was hiring you, maybe they have a crush on you. I've had that happen to me.
okay.
I mean, it works out to their benefit because I'm able to read the room and I can do my thing. So it's a win for them. But for us, we don't want that. Most of us women do not want that. We don't want to be hired because of what we look like as we're female.
Damn. I gotta go. Like, all right. Are you one of those DJs like DJ Scratch and do tricks?
Scratch.
No, I'm talking about, you know, behind the back, blending in
No.
things.
I will never sit here and like some trick DJ.
Okay, all right, okay.
You won't see me at a scratch.
DMC.
I'm not saying I don't know how. I could.
Oh, so you know
but,
that.
not like scratch, but yeah.
No, that would be dope. Like, if it was like, if you came out and did some crazy set.
There's a lot of females that do that.
Yeah,
There's a lot of females. The pay needs to be, you know,
Equal.
It should be equal. I mean, it depends on the skill too, though. Like, how long have you been doing it? How have you paid your dues? You know.
And I'm not a fan of a pretty face getting a DJ gig because she's a pretty face and she can DJ.
Yeah, neither am I.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
I know.
And I'm all for women. Like, I'm very.
But like,
You just see them with a box section.
Yeah.
if you're no, I'll tell you something even worse. I'm not gonna say her name. She came in town. She's like, and she's a very pretty woman. She's like, I have to DJ tomorrow.
So it's between.
And I was like, all right, we're gonna go to the spot. It sounded like she needed to like practice or like maybe get some of her files together. She's like, no, I'm gonna roll with you guys. Let me just download my set. Oh, download my set. Say that again. I'm gonna come with you guys. Let me download my set.
Maybe she just
No,
was
no.
talking and didn't. Maybe she just didn't realize how she's like. What was she saying?
No,
You
somebody
gotta get
did the
that.
set for her. Sent it to her.
What?
She downloaded it. Was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm like,
That's not
Well,
okay.
that's not- yeah.
somebody did the set for you, mixed it, and now all you're doing is like looking pretty.
She's
like-
doing the performance.
Yeah,
That's not okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's
So
then
there's
she's
no-
not
don't
DJ.
co-sign that. We don't
She's just
co-sign
pressing play. You know what bugs me the most? When I see the sync button.
Oh yeah.
Shit bugs.
Explain to them what the sync button is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
explain.
break this down.
Okay, so that's well, obviously it's not on turntables, but when you have the CDJs, you know
Yeah.
the sync button is it adjusts the BPM so that it sounds the same and it
You don't have
changes
to match the
change-
records.
you don't have to beat and it matches the pitch level and everything so it doesn't sound crazy. So in other words, it's a cheat button.
Zahad, you ready to DJ yet?
Yeah, well, shit, I might be on the dinner.
I hate that. I
Yeah,
can't
no.
stand it.
Because you're just a jukebox at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of DJs do that. It's like,
Unfortunate.
I've seen a lot of DJs do a lot of shit. This,
I've seen DJs go to other DJs' parties and write down their set, what they're doing, Shazam everything that every other song, and just make a whole like cheat sheet.
Yeah. Well, I have to give you the bad news with all this AI stuff that's going on. I appreciate the realness, but some of the people they may accept.
So because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know any better.
Yeah, how many people are in the crowd and they're partying? They don't. They all they know is what they hear.
Yeah.
They're not looking. They're not looking behind the decks. They're not. You know.
They don't even care about like records being mixed or going into one genre into another seamlessly. It's just like
That's
don't
why
know.
I ended up DJing. Because I just got tired of going to parties and hearing such trash blends
slamming
and
records.
mixes, and I was just like, I could do this. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm in the car with my mother, and she's eavesdropping on a conversation, and I'm telling the person who's on the phone, I'm gonna get myself Serato, because now you don't have to walk around with records anymore. There's no more dead weight. That's like, I don't have to worry about hiring a crate carrier. Like, you get those days are over pretty much. So, I didn't buy it for myself for Christmas. My mom did. So when my parents, let me give both of them credit. My parents did. And when your parents get you something, you're gonna follow through. Had I gotten that for myself, I might not have followed through. So I mean, I've only been DJing now for like, I don't know, the pandemic kind of made me lose count.
Like Thanos snapped his fingers.
Yeah. Maybe like 14 years.
Oh, so
Yes.
No, 13, 14.
I thought he was gonna say something crazy like
13.
4 years. No,
No, a long
we're
time.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Something
official.
like that. But that's the reason why. And then I just started throwing my own parties. That's what you do. And I didn't sit around waiting for people to hire me. That's another thing. I see a lot of DJs, oh, this one doesn't hire me, that one doesn't hire me. I wasn't waiting at all for anybody. I just started throwing my own parties, and based off of the people that I knew that would come and hang out, they would give me play, and that turned into.
Yeah, but Sony, you gotta understand something. You come from also a promoter's mindset.
Yeah.
A lot of these DJs aren't as business savvy as you are, so they would lean on people. You know what I'm saying, or do lean on people. So you gotta give yourself credit for having that mind state and being self-sufficient. And being like, you know what, I can fucking do all of this shit. I don't need none of y'all.
I mean, I think that the pressure for me to be good. DJ was.
The ghost.
Not that every other thing that goes to me.
Yeah, no, the pressure to be good was there because of the people that I'm known to be affiliated with and where I come from. The background that I come from, it has an upper hand, and it also has its pros and it has its cons. Because instantly people are already viewing me and they have this, well, she's always hanging with this one or that one, affiliated with this one or that one, she's worked with this one or that one, so they expect a certain level of talent from me. At the same time, that's the pressure.
Yeah.
Then the good part about me having been in this industry professionally for so long is that I because of the singing and the behind the scenes stuff that I've done, I was able to get that much more ahead in a short period of time because that I had gained from being in the industry for so long.
Right.
Amanda, did you have any questions?
Well, I just wanted to, talk to her about being a woman in the industry. What do you feel like is your, I guess, like the most, what I'm trying to say is, like, I want to know what, I'm sorry, y'all, I get a lot of feedback in the background.
We hear you fine though, Amanda.
Yeah, we hear you.
You can
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn it down over here because I think this keeps repeating. So as a female in the industry, what do you think, like what kind of advice would you give somebody who's starting out?
Practice, practice, practice.
Consistency.
And go out and go to different spots and hear what the streets are playing, see what people like. But don't lose yourself in that either, you know, because you want to have your own identity. Throw your own parties. If people aren't hiring you, that's my advice. Throw your own parties. Don't wait for people to hire you. You know, if you're really that good at it, people will come to you. Your solid base and fan base will come to you based off of what you do and your personality. I think a personality should project the way you play. Some people, some DJs, they don't like to get on the mic. Sometimes I'll get on the mic. Sometimes I'll never get on the mic. I do see some DJs that never get on the mic, but they have amazing skill. And then I see other DJs that are like, they get on the mic and it's like, shut up. Talking over music, lyric, when the lyrics are there, when there's, the singer or the rapper is on the record, like, wait for the break. Don't ever talk over another person's vocals. It just is so sloppy, even for hosts, like people that are hosting shows or, concerts. Why do you do that? Wait for the break. You should know these records.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, listen, I know a lot of DJ friends. One of my friends called me up one day, finished his set, and he said, I stunk the club up. I said, what you mean you stunk the club up? Everyone was on the dance floor, and whatever he played, everyone just left. So it's one of those things. So what's your secret weapon when you got to line it up? Or have you ever stunk the club up? Did they ever just leave the dance floor? Did you kill the vibe?
Oh my God.
I think everybody knows.
Every DJ goes through this.
I think every artist, performer, everyone always has their on and their off days. You can't always be on.
Right, so what
you can try to always be on. And if you see something like that happen, switch the rooms. Acknowledge it right away and try to figure out what's going to bring them back. So
when you saw that happen,
I switched up.
And what you do, you just changed it up?
I changed the direction I was going in music.
Did it work?
Yeah.
All right. So what was the mistake? Like, what leads up to that? You just not.
Because
just not in sync with the people, or
I think that I think it depends on the city you're at. I think it depends on, like, if you're rocking a party, that party has consistency. They have what kind of party? If you're getting hired to do a party, you should ask the promoters who are hiring you, what do they play? What kind of music do they normally like? You don't want to walk into a room and play house and they're like, what? Or the other way around, you want to be prepared for whatever room you walk into.
All right, so like I'm a non-DJ guy, but I make the whole party. What's my secret weapon to get everything? You're a
non-DJ?
Yeah, I don't like DJ. I can plus, but suppose I'm throwing a party and I just want to make it live. Right off the bat, I want to set the party.
Well, you have to know your crowd.
There's no fiddle song.
You gotta know.
Oh wow.
She gave you
okay.
Like what she said, you can't go and play an all house group and play
okay. Yeah. Do your research. Okay. Reconnaissance.
That's the way. And a lot of it is on the fly reading. Like you're not gonna be like, because you might go to a party and it might be a majority crowd you didn't expect. And then you have to switch up, like she said, you switch up right there. And
I do old school, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, this crowd is not into the old school like that, and then you go top 40 or whatever, you gotta read the crowd. Yeah.
Listen, man, that's one of those things. I can never be a comedian, and I couldn't do this DJ thing. It's too scary. There's 300 people in the room who want to party. Some of them are drunk, and you don't know what. You're not reading the crowd. I don't know.
Sometimes the drunk ones are the best.
Okay.
Sometimes, not all the time. It depends.
Nah, I respect it.
I've had some nightmare. I've had definitely some horror stories.
Oh, tell us.
Drunk people.
Tell us a drunk story. Yeah.
I mean, they're not that great. They're not that great. So I've had one person put their drink on the turntable. I'm playing vinyl. on the
turn.
actual, like if it's a bar, the bar. Like
Wow.
so drunk she didn't realize. You have people bumping into the table all the time, and then they scratch your records. And I've learned to never bring the valuable records out
Oh,
the
wow.
house if I'm depending on where I'm playing. One person grabbed the needle and just dragged it across across the record. Oh, I was so pissed. All you heard was the whole room was dancing too. I had it lit. They were lit. And the girl does that, and I was like, what? I was like, oh, and I was like, yo, get this girl out of here. And I was screaming. And I never scream, but I was like,
I'm surprised she didn't attack her. Or
Yeah.
something,
no, she was lucky because I was, but no, I've been working at this one spot for a long time that let them handle it. Why am I gonna put myself out there? And for what? Last thing I need is, I don't know where her friends are at. I don't know who she's rolling with.
Yeah. You don't need a lawsuit.
And
That part.
I don't need to spend
Yeah.
the night in central booking.
That part is a different generation there now. They want her to fly with her.
Yeah, I definitely don't need to spend the night in central booking over a scratch record.
Word.
Yeah.
At least one that's not worth under at least $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when you listen, it sounds like some action-packed stuff is going on.
I've had like a guy will try to talk to me, and all of a sudden the girlfriend will pop up.
Yep.
And then it's like all of a sudden they're fighting, and I see them across the room fighting every time he's looking over at me, and I'm like, relax, I didn't like him anyway.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Did you really drop a certain song, like dedicated to these two?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I heard it all before. And that definitely, you know what though, that there's times where depending on what I'm going through my set, it would change the direction of my set unconsciously.
Oh, well, you're going through like
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I remember one time I walked into a gig and I was really pissed. So I was playing all the records that were like, he's phony, she's fake. That's how people are.
That's
Like,
fire, though.
And then it went from like shame on nigga, chatter, so it was all records of
Your
like I was just
emotional
mad.
state.
Yes, my emotional state at
That's
the
funny.
time.
So now what the people are gonna be watching now when they see your parties?
Is she happy?
Is she happy? What
Right?
kind of songs is a Sony playing right now?
Well, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling because when I play, I'm happy. That makes me happy.
That's that therapy you're talking about.
Well, we thank you so much, Sony. We're really grateful that you came on this will be one of our first up and coming shows. We're really grateful to have you. Thanks for having me.
Hold on, did I see that?
Oh, you got some more?
I gotta ask one more question. You gotta break down the name.
Okay. I was born with the name Sony, and
Okay.
it's spelled S-O-N-I.
Okay.
And for trademark, copyright, whatever reasons, too close to S-O-N-Y. So, and then and also at the time I was performing with a band. So
Okay.
the band became the With and I. And it's spelled like one word, the last name. So it's also like WITHANEYE. So if you want to find me on Instagram or any other like platform, it's SONI WITHANEYE. But that's what, I got my name, my mother's name Sonia.
Okay.
And all they did was drop the A.
Okay.
Also, I never knew that. That's your actual birth name.
Yeah. Sonia's my birth name. I mean, growing up, I hated it. As a kid, I said, when I get older, I'm gonna buy a name and slap it on the head. And now I love it because
It's different.
but I have met another Sony. I've met another Sony. It's actually an Indian name.
Yeah.
Okay.
It means beautiful. My parents did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost named me son. Could you imagine in the street? Yo,
Your
what up, son?
son, your son.
Yeah, you got up, son.
What? Or I could have just said, yeah, I hope I light up the room like the sun. Now it's just like, yeah, it's Sony. I know. A PlayStation got me that game.
That's funny.
Yes.
You already did the outro. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. But no, thank you for coming through.
Yes,
You're
thank
always
you.
welcome. Open door policy here. You're part of the extended family. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you,
Thank you. And we can't wait to watch your podcast.
Yeah.
And, everybody check it out.
Oh,
Thanks for
give
the
me your IG or any
Oh, so-
socials
Same, everything is Sony with an I, so
spelled out.
SONI, WITHANEYE.
Boom. There you have it.
Thanks for the tea, guys.
Thank you for your team.
Hey, ho.
How many minutes was that?
Y'all gotta give me a cue on when you stop. I don't have to be erratic on how you stop. You gotta have something like a close, some type of closed out statement. To shut off.
I'll say boom.
You'll stop, and then you'll go.
Make sure you tune
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Find Wall Street
Yeah,
Music.
yeah.
Make sure you tune in next week
That's what
for
we're going
sponsor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, or like Wall Street,
No. I say boom. I say boom. We
Yeah.
don't know that yet.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Something like that.
Then boom.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Boom, boom.
Oh, I don't know. We go hallway and then we go close the good song.
Thank you again for coming.
We're gonna take a picture. The teacups again, we're gonna roll away and then get,
You should, I'm like, oh, the teacups, that would be cute in the picture.
oh, you wanna take them?
I mean, but then we're standing, so that's kind of weird too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can take them. Take them. Let's take them. A different picture.
Yeah,
All right.
no, let me get out first. You want me to get out
You
first?
get out first.
Now, just want to give her a chance to watch
the show.
Huh?
Today we have a very special guest, personal friend of mine,
Cause they're friends
personal
of
friend
mine.
of the room. What do you my intro?
We're finding
I like that. I feel so happy now.
Everyone else me.
So
Do you know what time it is?
I pulled out this, so there was no my camera.
Yeah, no, she said it.
So I had a separate shit taping at the time that caught the whole.
Okay, so guys,
So we
this
got it,
is
but it's not that.
Oh,
date flavored honey ginger tea.
Yeah, that's so.
And it's not a tea, it's not made with a tea bag.
Yeah.
It's not made with like the tea leaves.
I was like, the tea, like, what is that?
What's the difference between the crystals and the?
What it is?
The tea leaves are obviously.
Today was the first time I
The
know how it
crystals
goes.
are like
Yeah.
crystallized,
They-
condensed.
Earlier, we doing that shit, it wasn't. So now I kind of get, I know what we doing. I'm like, let's go here, let's go here.
This tea actually was very effective. It's a very strong tea.
Huh?
So.
Mine, you can use mine. It's good
A
over there.
lump or two of sugar.
Thank you.
Or of sugar.
All right, where's my one?
I look stoned. Why do I look so
Just smell
stoned?
it. It smells super strong.
I didn't even smell.
For the record, I just
Thank
want
you, Eva.
Thank you,
Yes.
Elon. I don't know.
Thank you.
and I want y'all to know that I don't use crystals.
Oh, shit. I said not too bad.
I mean, you know what? I don't drink tea with the tea bags. I don't think they're bags.
All right, let's take the empty these teacups out.
It's a good angle,
Oh, the
right?
actual bag itself
Oh, no.
is.
Oh my
yes.
God, really? I'm British. I
So
feel
you
like
been-
that shit
You
different.
been up on the crystal
And
already.
not the crystals. I still use like.
All right, that's
the
the
you
strainer.
could get it.
Oh, the strainer thing.
Yeah,
you
the
put-
strainers, the stainless steel.
Melissa has
I
a strainer on the
the
top.
bags are bad.
The stainless steel. Yeah.
Why are the bags bad?
Well, the reason why I found out personally is because it actually feeds.
Right, you got the camera?
It has
Yeah.
these chemicals in it that feed estrogen.
Well, you have the organic, use organic parts.
Oh,
No, even it's just not. It's like. the
Yeah.
pepper,
Ultimately, the tea leaves are
Yeah.
the best.
We all learn